Last time we opened the tier 4 Instamonkey pack and tried to beat the score that was set by the tier 5 Instamonkey pack. Today we're gonna open a tier 3 pack and see if we can beat the score set by the tier 4s, which I'm not gonna spoil for people that haven't watched the video, but I will have the link in the comments for you guys to check out because this is in a way a 3-part series. Okay, so let's see what we got. It's a 013 Ice Monkey, kind of decent to stop the balloons a little bit, stall them. 130 Sub, nice versus Ceramics, I guess, and a little bit versus Moais, but I like this one a lot. We can use it to blow back balloons. Wait, the 003 Druid, we got 2 of these? I think that's a rare sight, isn't it? 023 Mortar, this is our decamo, very important that we got this one, although I would kind of like to see some Moab damage power actually. 310 Bomb Shooter, Alchemist 130, I guess this is just gonna be the concoction. 302 Mortar, that's a very good one for cleanup. And the last one is a 300 Ace, there we go, that's our more popping power. So I'm kind of in the process of fully completing these intermediate maps, I'm missing a few, and I think I'm gonna cheese half cash on Quarry. I'm not a huge fan of half cash, and I see an opportunity of cheesing this and I'm gonna do it. So let's place a bunch of Instamonkeys, so let's try it. Let's try and beat this thing. I mean, the instas that we got are not exactly the best ones, so I'm gonna be honest, but we might be able to beat this thing actually. If we, I guess it's gonna be some mortars, and what's gonna be doing the damage, I'm not even sure actually, I kind of forgot about them, but I'm gonna have them on screen for you guys so that you can see and you can kind of keep track of what we've placed. And yeah, we're just gonna be placing these Instamonkeys, we're gonna leave them on the field, no upgrades, no anything, and see how far they can make it. So I'm gonna be placing these 003 Druids. I think it's kind of rare that we got these, right? Because it's so many towers, and then it's so many tier 3s, and then it's so many crosspads as well. So I think this is kind of a rare occurrence, I guess. But I'm gonna place both of these guys because something similar actually happened with the tier 4 opening that we did. We got a 024, I'm only gonna spoil one tower for you guys. We got a 024 Druid, and I started it the same way that I'm starting it now, because you kind of want to leak lives a little bit at the start for the Heart of Vengeance upgrades, and then we're gonna kind of control them so that they leak about 90 lives, and after that I'm gonna be back when these guys start leaking basically, and we're gonna start placing the other towers. So these guys, it actually took them a while until they started leaking. It's round 21 and we see the actual lives getting lost for the first time, and as I say that, we are kind of losing a lot of lives. I mean, that was a bunch of lives in one round, which is kind of good because it's time for us to place other things. I was thinking of placing the Bomb Shooter because we have lead balloons incoming and we don't have any lead popping power, and we also have one camo balloon incoming on... Are we fine, by the way? Yeah, it's fine. We also have a camo balloon incoming on 24, but I'm gonna leak that one as well just to kind of, you know, min-max this thing, and then we're gonna have the mortar for round 33. So let's just leak this camo balloon and let me try and find a spot for this bomb shooter. I mean, this is not the crosspad, this is, guys. It's a 310 bomb shooter, which is, I guess 320 would have obviously been better, but this is like in general not the tower, is it? Like, it's just a third tier. It's really big bombs that this guy's called, and it doesn't do anything in particular. I mean, the 4th tier, I guess it stuns, but this thing is just like 3 damage per shot, and that's about it. And it also has a very small range, so I guess this is kind of the spot that you want to have it, right? It's gonna affect, I guess, both into the top and the bottom side of the... Are we gonna have a problem with zebras now that I think about this? We might have a zebra problem because our towers are... And exactly, not even just a zebra problem, it's like black balloons as well, right? Because this guy is absolutely not able to damage them. It's 2 mortars that we got, which also cannot damage them, and that is gonna be a huge problem. So I'm pretty sure I have to play something else. Let me get... What are we getting? Are we getting the... I guess we should... What are we doing? So we're gonna have to place the mortar for 33, but I think I should actually get the Alchemist. I mean, it's not that many towers that we can choose from. I guess I want to have it here just because this thing is a completely useless tower, I'm going to be honest. The only useful thing about it is going to be the concoction, and these mob class balloons, they come from the right side, so I guess it just, you know, just let them coat those balloons, and I think it's going to be, that's basically what this guy's going to do. So let me just get the mortar now. It's going to be a, let me just find this guy actually. Where is it? It's a 023 mortar. There it is. And let's just have him here at the bottom. The placement doesn't matter, and I kind of want to save these upper placements for the other towers. And yeah, look at this thing. So unless we have the Alchemist, both of our towers are completely useless, the mortar and the bomb shooter, versus black blues and zebras later on. So we are going to, well, it's not that we're gonna have to find anything, it's just the towers that we have. And look at this, round 37, more black blues. They are not doing anything. This Alchemist is helping a little bit, but we're very sad with this one. So let me place the 300 Ace. I want to do this for 2 reasons. Well, number one is the zebras, so hopefully those darts can kind of I should have it in the middle actually. So hopefully those darts are gonna kind of hit the zebra or something like that and pop them. But at the same time, I guess it's more because we have the mob incoming around 40. So let's just have this thing like here, figure infinite, that should be fine. And speaking of round 40, look at these zebras, guys. Is this gonna be an issue later on? I feel like it is. I feel like we have 2 mortars and a bomb shooter. Like, those guys are not touching those zebras. Let's see how we do now. So let me kind of micro this mortar a little bit, follow the Moab for a second. It popped. And yeah, we're not doing damage. Oh yeah, we absolutely leaked a bunch of balloons versus the Moab. So we're gonna have to start placing some other things. Maybe not now, but pretty soon, especially for the 50s, right? So these mobs are gonna be absolutely a problem. So let's see how we do on this one. We have a bunch of camos, a bunch of rainbows, which are regrowing for some reason. How is this happening? It's a zebra layer, isn't it? So the rainbows get popped. They appear as zebras, but the zebras are untouchable from like our 2 most important towers, I guess. And yeah, they are just not. They're just regrowing back, and they're creating a huge issue. So let me place the 013 ice that we had. This thing should kind of. Let me just find it. There it is. Let's kind of, where are we placing it? Next to the bomb shooter, I guess. I mean, this thing has a little bit of a bigger range, but it's not like there's no perfect spot for it. I guess this is the best spot that we have for this thing, right? So let's have it next to the bomb shooter. And let's hit play and see what we can do now. Wait a minute. It's zebras. What am I talking about? This is an ice. The ice cannot hit zebras either. What is happening? How is it possible that we pulled such bad towers? We lost? Of course a zebra leaked. I'm just talking about this. I can't believe this. I mean, I don't know. Like, these zebra balloons, they're gonna be an absolute menace throughout the entire run, aren't they? And now that I'm thinking about it, it's like round 61 has a bunch of these guys. Like, these little guys that you're watching right now. These regrow zebras, that's the entire 61. Basically, our strongest towers cannot deal with zebras or black or white balloons. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun. And the first 45 ceramics, we're kind of dealing with them. It looks like we are not having an issue with ceramics in general, I guess, unless they're regrowing or unless, you know, some bad layer gets in contact with our strongest towers. But they do seem to kind of be getting held into. And as I say that, it's again the same. It's the usual suspect, guys. It's the usual suspects at the bottom. So let me actually go back. Let me place this up. Let me find the 130 sub that we got. I think that guy is going to help out a little bit. Although he launches a rocket, he launches a missile. And that missile is, well, it's an explosion, which, you know what type of balloons is immune to explosions, right? So again, it's not the best one that we have, but I think it's gonna be better than nothing. So let me just place the sub anyways, because we can't have it in the waterfall, although that would have been amazing. Let's see how we're gonna do. So a bunch of rainbows, and I think as round 49 is approaching, we should probably be thinking about the other mortar, which is 302. Now this one is not exactly. I think it's a fine crosspat actually. It's not a bad one because both the middle and the bottom crosspads on the mortar are not bad by themselves. Although I guess I would have liked to have the middle one just because the main strength that this guy has is probably gonna be the stun effect from the shell shock, right? So I guess I would have liked to have them stunned for a little bit longer just so our other towers can pick up. But again, he's got the same problem that basically the bomb shooter, the other mortar, and the sub have. And you guys know what it is, so I'm gonna stop repeating it. But it's probably gonna be the reason why we lose. I just want to say that. So let's try and micro this guy. I think I'm just gonna leave the other mortar attacking at the same spot, and I'm gonna micro the other one just because this guy is a little bit stronger. So let's see what we're gonna do now. Round 57 incoming. This is gonna be 2 Moabs followed by a bunch of balloons and then 2 Moabs again in a second. But this means that our defenses might be getting. Are we fine with that one? 8 lives. That was super close. Okay, but we need to defend the second wave, and that's a bunch of, again, I don't want to say it. It's a bunch of zebras, guys. Unless they pop, we're not defending. Yeah, they didn't pop. Okay, it's time. Let's pull out the Heli. This is gonna be the last tower. I'm gonna have it next to the mortar. So 130, it's not a bad crosspat as I mentioned, but yeah, this tower is basically going to have to be blowing back all of these leftovers from the Moabs, I guess. and then kind of setting them up for the mortar. So I'm gonna keep microing the mortar and kind of trying to set up everything, I guess, inside of the range of the ice and the bomb shooter, right? Because that's where we're the strongest. So let's see what we can do now. Oh yeah, that's actually so much better. It's insane in comparison to last time, isn't it? Okay, so as 59 is ending, I have two questions. Number one, how are we gonna deal with the BFB? But number two, I'm kind of more worried about 61 because that round is regrow zebras, and we need to be very careful with that one. But let's just deal with this one first. So it's gonna be a lot of balloons coming out at once. Let me try and blow them back. Oh my god, that wasn't even close. Okay, so I'm gonna set the mortar there, and I'm actually gonna move the heli below so I don't create a regrow farm, and I'm just gonna keep it like here at the back. So let's just not move the heli, and let's be patient with this one. Although I do not see where our mortar is attacking. I mean, we're kind of dealing with these zebras, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Yeah, we actually... Wow, that was actually so much better than I expected it to be. I mean, we dealt with everything. I guess this thing kind of worked out, moving the heli a little bit back so it doesn't create a regrow farm, and then just letting everything be. I guess we dealt with it somehow. Let me move this thing back, and yeah, as long as they pop, I guess, in the range of the ice. But even if they don't, we're just gonna blow them back. Oh yeah, there we go. So I don't expect 63 to be an issue just because we have the mortar. We are at least good versus one thing, guys. It's like these huge grouped ceramics. We're good versus those. So we have our mortars. Let's just micro it though. Let's just not mess it up. So have it there. I'm gonna be microing it at the intersections, and yeah, that's absolutely working out. So one more wave. This is the last one. And yeah, I'm not seeing any issues. I actually kind of forgot the tagging at the top, but yeah, no issues there. So yeah, I expect these guys to kind of stabilize now that we got the heli. We're going to be blowing back everything that comes out of the Moabs and ceramics and everything like that. So I'm going to see you guys in a second. So we're around 74, and I can kind of see why people voted the mortar to be the worst of the towers in the poll that I did a couple of days ago. Everything that I've been doing in these past few rounds is just moving the mortar up, and then moving it on the left intersection, and then moving it at the bottom, and then moving it up on the left at the bottom, and it just keep doing that, following these balloons, which is not exactly fun. I mean, we're kind of beating the routes, but yeah, it's absolutely not fun. I wish I had some sort of an AI to do this for me. Now, the bad part about this is that I feel like we are about to lose. And this is actually the round that I think we're going to lose, because these BFBs, there are a couple of them beneath. So it's not just one BFB. You guys see those guys at the back? It's not one, it's two of them, I think, stacked on top of each other. And I do not think that we have the damage to deal with those guys. So I'm pretty sure this is the last round. And if this isn't, and if we somehow are able to beat this one, then it's round 79. It's a bunch of regrow rainbows. So let's just give this one a shot. Let's see what happens. But it's going to be a bunch of blues, and I'm pretty sure our defenses are going to get overwhelmed. We just don't have the piers, guys. It just is what it is. These towers are... The RNG wasn't with us with this unpacking, I think. And 2 lives, we kind of saved it. No, we didn't. Yeah, that's pretty much where this run ends. I mean, there are a bunch of balloons at the back. We haven't even started popping the second ones. So I think I'm going to call it here. I don't think we're beating it. And yeah, round 75. So the previous one was at round 94. It was the tier 4s, and then the tier 5s were at round 118. So yeah, I think it's kind of expected. I guess I said this with the tier 4s, but I'm kind of glad that the tier 3s didn't beat the tier 4s, because it's less money. But I guess it's a little bit of RNG as well, right? So that's it for this short series. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.